Good morning, this is Vicki.
And this is Jo.
And we're the Two Natural Ladies.
And we talk about the good news we all need and ways of getting the most out of life.
We help people with practical, uplifting ways we can all make a difference.
And we're striving for better, not perfect.
And we love a good laugh. Please enjoy the show. And you're listening to the Two Natural Ladies. We're talking about being perfect and better and
and how everyone can achieve what we achieve in life.
Yes, we are the pinnacles of not perfect.
And so that kind of led on to, I think you found an article and then I found an article, and my article was like, oh, yes. So,
oh, yes, what?
Oh, yes. It's about making decisions and how we have, I can't read it here, but it's something about decision fatigue.
Oh, yes. I didn't put that in because you sent that to me after we'd made this.
And that was pretty much about, and I'm like, wow, somebody actually thinks like me, because I have always felt that with decluttering, I just can't do it.
Yes.
I can't do it. I make so many decisions in my life, but until I read the article, it was kind of not as clear as this, but it was just like, I just can't think about it. Whereas this actually really, what's the word when you feel, is it vilified or
heard?
Heard, yes. I heard,
yes.
I got heard because, yes, I've always found that it's just, one or 100 too many decisions for me to make when I have to declutter.
And it's interesting because we were talking, I was listening to one of our radio shows and we were talking about decluttering, and you were talking about how you're actually quite minimalist now, but you've got all your past stuff. Your past baggage, so to speak, and how to, because you don't really want to go through it even, because, but at the same time it's still there, so there's a need to.
Well, and last time I went through a box a while ago now, I found a pair of pants that I didn't know I'd even lost, but then wore them. So there's always that.
Yes, well, because we've been going through lots of boxes because we're packing to move, and so we've been unpacking the boxes that have been sitting there for 4 years to just see what's in them. And I found a book that I wrote with 4 or 5 other people, and I meant to bring it this morning and I didn't, so I'll bring it next week or the week after so I can share it and one day publish and make millions. There was some, a lot of it was same, and not stuff I necessarily wanted to keep. Yeah. But every now and again there'd be something, I'd forgotten about that. Yes. So it maybe that's the way you've got to look at it. What exploration, what adventure is in this box?
Yes, and then you can reduce it that way. And then there's always the, I don't know what to do with this pile, because it may not be great for the op shop, but you don't want to throw it in the bin.
I know, yes. Maybe that's when we speak to people like Leanne.
Yes.
What would you do with this, Leanne? Find the clever people. So, decisions can be like, yes, what do I do? How do I do this? And particularly in our house, because there is often so much stuff in there.
But I do think without too much heavy decision making, I could halve the amount of stuff. I could go, I really forgot about that, or that belongs to so and so.
Yeah, see it as an adventure. I think that's what you need to do. Going beyond.
All right, Jo.
So the next thing I would like to talk about is plastic eating mushrooms.
Because that's just such a segue into that.
It is, it is. Well, they are solving humanity's plastic problem, which is a clutter. So, if we want to go that way.
Well done.
So, thank you. Interesting engineering. From being used as construction material to biofuel, mushrooms hold incredible potential and could potentially aid humanity in getting rid of a problem that's been brewing for decades, plastic. Since the mass production of plastic began in the 1950s, humans have created 9 billion tonnes of plastic, and this creates a crisis that's not easy to tackle since plastic takes more than 400 years to degrade. Those used by people of the 60s will exist in some form, and with only 9% recycled, only 12% has been incinerated. This has led scientists to search for alternative methods for plastic reduction, and one solution that could aid humanity might be hidden in fungi. Fungi? Scientists have discovered mushrooms that eat plastic over the years. Some mushroom species have the ability to consume polyurethane, which is one of the main ingredients in plastic products. Anyway, I'm not going to keep reading because it's blah, blah, blah. But what a great idea. However, I do wonder, how long is it going to take? Can they do it now? And how do they do it? Like, that's the problem, isn't it? That, you just wonder how long before they can actually
make a difference.
Yeah. And, I don't want to go there, but I do have to go there again, Vicki.
Oh.
Seaspiracy. I've got to tell you, the effect it's had on me, like a bit like your husband. I don't want to go walkabout. I just feel like, what difference can we make?
Yeah.
It really, I can see why people don't want to watch it, because you really sort of start to go,
oh, this is huge.
This is huge. This is huge. But I guess, again, we've just got to let people know, because talking about plastic, the pollution in the ocean, only 0.03% is plastic straws. Now, I'm not saying use plastic straws at all, but what I am saying is that, plastic pollution is not the biggest issue. The biggest issue is the fishing gear.
Yes.
And, 93% of the world's CO2 is stored in the ocean. We need to look after our oceans.
And we've been talking about the trees and the forests, which are important.
Yes.
But we've almost completely ignored the ocean.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's time to put our spotlight on the ocean and keep it there. And the other thing too, which I really loved, one of the things I loved in Seaspiracy was the woman who was talking about, we want to get all these fatty acids, and we think the way we've got to do that is get it from the fish.
Yes.
But it's actually the algae that has the fatty acids.
Yes.
So we can actually eat the algae. Now, you don't just go and pick up the algae and eat it. This wonderful lady makes it into yummy stuff that you can eat, and there's no toxins.
I've probably got algae in my fish tank.
Well, off you go. Brecky's pledge. Bring one of your kids. I'd like fried algae from the fish tank, thanks.
And we've got so many little baby fish at the moment. It's actually overgrown with the plant that we've got in there, an algae. And I was going to pick it out the other day, but I'm thinking I'm going to pick out a baby fish.
Oh,
so
no, you don't want to do that.
I don't want to do that.
No. How many baby fish have you got?
Oh, they just keep breeding.
Wow. So, and then what, do some of them get eaten?
I don't know. I don't count how many baby fish are in the tank each day.
Ah.
But there's a lot of little places they can hide. So it's actually very good for them to...
But there will be a point when they'll get bigger, and can't a fish tank only hold so many fish?
Yes. And in fact, a few years ago we had happening in our... I wasn't going to say... It was not a dilemma, but we had a lot of fish. And so I was seeing Philip Loft, the osteopath, who helped my back.
Yes, thank you. Yes.
And he had a fish tank. So I would give him some of the fish. But yes, I don't live as close to him anymore. It'd be a bit more of a trek.
A hike,
yeah.
Right. Well, you could put it on one of the Facebook pages.
I could.
Who needs some fish?
Yes. Or maybe I could make money selling them to the fish shop. The pet shop.
Yeah. You never know.
Oh, I don't
know if you'd make a lot.
No.
And,
And I love each and every one of them. How do I part with them?
Well, the problem is that if you don't part with them, someone's going to eat them, or they're going to die. So, it might be, yes. And yes, just going back to fish, Damon Gameau, who we love, who did the film 2040, was talking about the Tasmanians' salmon farms are having a toxic impact on their pristine waterways and their residents' way of life. There's a short film which he's recommended you look at, is essential viewing, and provides another clear example of how our industrial agricultural practices are destroying biodiversity. We have the solutions to maintain jobs, create healthier food, and regenerate our ecosystem. So, again, I love Damon Gameau because he does always he'll show us the what's not working, and then he'll say, here's how you can have it work.
Yes.
So, yes, that's we love Damon and what he creates.
And he's an Aussie.
And he's an Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. Well, was there something back here that I wanted to look at, or did I? Oh, yes, the other one was Four Oceans.
Yes.
Because we do love
I do wonder.
Oceans.
Well, we do love them, and I do wonder because they collect plastic out of the ocean. I wonder how many fishing nets they come across.
Yes, yes. Well, I have noticed some of their discussion when I see their emails are about people who have rescued dolphins from fishing nets and things like that. So, yeah. And I think that they would include that as their plastic. I think it's anything that's not supposed to be in the ocean.
Yes.
So, they say here, plastic pollution is a complex issue and there is no one single action which is going to change the tide. Ending this global crisis will require lots of small actions at lots of people every single day. And that's the thing, isn't it? Pick up your 3 every day.
Hashtag.
Let's
do it 3, 2, 1.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
And every time you shop for ocean, you're investing in the future of our planet by funding the removal of trash that's already polluting our oceans, rivers and coastlines, while supporting the research, innovation, technology, advocacy and education initiatives we invest in to help prevent more plastic from entering our oceans. Small acts add up, which means every piece of single-use plastic you refuse, every habit you change and every pound you pull makes a difference. That's good. I like that little thing. So it all makes a difference.
Yes.
That's what I need to have in the forefront.
You've been listening to the Two Natural Ladies podcast. Visit twonaturalladies.com.au for more information. Thanks for joining us.